Hey everyone, I'm rather incoherent, and this isn't where you left me. So unfortunately, I may have just messed up when I was recording the footage at the end of that previous video. We managed to get through the end of that mission, the holdout, like completely by the book according to plan. There were a couple of spots where there were like some low % chances for things to go wrong that didn't happen, but it was the standard dropping mines on top of the building, on top of the reinforcement flare. It got a little bit out of hand where I was just like hoping the loss would distract on the final drop, and they did. But we got through it. And I can't load a previous save for it because I've already overridden my manual save that I make as a backup at the end of each video because I update that save when I think the video is done and we're safe to update it. I didn't check the footage wasn't trash. So my furthest back autosave is only 3 turns from the end. That's just after the second wave is already dropped, and at that point the footage is just lost. So I need to update you on what's changed. Around here, I think this is all largely the same as it was. We got an engineer from that mission who I currently have staffing this alien machinery to help it excavate faster. We got a couple of promotions from that mission. They all go as they usually did. Let's see if I can't find everyone who was on the mission. Flagship Inferno did not manage to get a promotion, but he did manage to get a pretty substantial wound. I don't know exactly what day the previous mission was, but looking at this, you can see there were only 25 hours out from the next supply drop. We got almost all the way to the next month before we finally got another mission.
Now there is only emptiness.
We also spent all of our time on the strategy layer at the Templar HQ. We've just been crippled by wounds, and that's why there's only 21 days on Flagship Inferno, because we've been healing at double speed. Total Halibut's a sergeant. I don't know if he was going into the mission, but he definitely is now. I can't remember if Sinister Finnick or Arson Paragon was on that last mission, but whichever one it was, they made it to Sergeant, and they can finally heal my sparks, which is tremendously important. Solar Madness made it to Sergeant. That's huge for Sappers. It gives them not only demolition, but it also gives them the upgraded explosive ordnance, which gives them additional charges on their grenade pocket, and the chance to crit, which is far less relevant in my opinion, but the charges are so valuable. We also have a new soldier. We have Depressed Draugr. That covert op finished. We got our second skirmisher. Again, the reason this happened is because our skirmisher was dead. We started recruiting one. Then it ticked over to the next supply drop, and because we still didn't have a skirmisher yet, we got the mission again. So Depressed Draugr is our new skirmisher, looking much the same as our old one, and you can see he's infiltrating for 6 hours. I'll talk about the mission he's on in a hot second. Our Reaper up here, Midnight Emperor, made it to Sergeant as well. And they finally have that perfect combo of abilities that I'm so hyped about, Vanish and Phase. And then they can shoot, reposition out of line of sight, and then reconceal at the end of the turn because no one can see them. Next time I send them on a mission, I'm almost certainly going to be buying Death from Above, just to get them a really disgustingly powerful action economy. And I don't recall if Dragon God was a sergeant before the mission. He was one of the soldiers that didn't get an upgrade. And you can see he immediately got sent back out on an infiltration mission. So let's go talk about the infiltration mission that they're on. You can see that I sent out Manic Tragedy. They came back on staff, and I immediately sent them out alone to improve their combat intelligence and get +1 ability. They're already a genius, but there's actually a level above genius. I didn't know this until very recently. If you improve the combat intelligence of a genius, or you get some like infinitesimally small chance, there's a level above it called Savant, which is actually the best level of combat intelligence, and it looks like our assault's going to be hitting that. We also have a Rescue Scientist mission. I can't show you anything about the mission right now, apparently. That's unfortunate. I thought I'd be able to check this. But I have Depressed Draugr, my skirmisher, Dragon God, my assault, Marionette Owl, my marine, Perfect Tragedy, my... pretty sure they're a combat engineer, Fantastic Fox, the sapper, and Jaded Rabbit, the combat engineer. You can see we've got really solid ranks here, 2 corporals, 4 sergeants. We also have like really strong troops. We have skirmisher, assault, marine, combat engineer, sapper, combat engineer. We have nothing but strong offensive classes. Our only mid-range units are a skirmisher, which is really still kind of close range, and then Marionette Owl is our marine. The reason we have such an aggressive and high-powered team for the 6-man is not just because it's a 6-man mission and you can't afford to bring medics. There's a sit rep for this mission, Biotroop Deployment. We're still at force level 6, so we should be safe. That means there won't be anything crazy like the Bio Assault Troopers. But it is, like, not going to be an easy mission. The massively increased chance of biotroopers means we're not going to be seeing very many normal troopers. They're going to have more health, they're going to have grenades, it's going to be a dangerous mission. I had to send good soldiers on this one. Now, the current mission we have is a Protect the Device assault mission. Let's go look at it. This mission is going to be incredibly important. It's a difficult mission, but it gives 101 intel. Its sitrep is terrifying. Frost Legion Battalion massively increases the chance of seeing Frost Legion soldiers, which, as you know, if they're leading the pod, results in an entirely Frost Legion pod. So, what do we do here? Well, we bring both of our Pioneers and both of the Combat Engineers that are left on staff. With 4 flame weapons, we have a pretty good chance. We're also carrying Molotovs and frag grenades on almost all of our soldiers. Our field support rather, and our tech specialists are both bringing a single grenade just to be more versatile. But everyone else already has explosives. The only exception is I have the AP ammo on Kangaroo Tycoon. The reason for this is it's his job to shred armor, meaning he's very likely going to get damage out of having this. And 2, the fact that he doesn't have a frag makes sense. If you're throwing a grenade, it's to break somebody's cover. Odds are you're doing that so that Kangaroo Tycoon can shoot them. We don't have any other long-range units. Everyone else would just run forward and shoot them anyway. Or throw a Molotov at them or whatever. So, destroying the cover on Kangaroo Tycoon doesn't make any sense. It'd be like destroying the cover on a sniper. Because he is this group's equivalent to a sniper. In terms of the rest of our gear, we have a Marksman Carbine on our field support. Everyone who can use shotguns is rocking shotguns. We have 2 incinerators. Both of these guys are up to 8 health. And more importantly, we have a Sergeant Tech Specialist and Dread Mechanism to heal them and make them safe. And possibly, even more importantly, if they go up to 11 health and they get knocked back down to 8, that's not a wound. They're at their starting health still. And that is so important for the longevity of these Pioneers. Now, normally I would just jump into the mission here, but I'm going to go quickly look around and make sure I haven't forgotten to recap anything else important. I'm sure I'm going to let something slip through the cracks. Something I didn't comment on at the time is coming over to build items. I was super concerned about getting my next spark out. It matters so much. I didn't even look at what kind of grenade I got. I got acid grenades. That's hugely helpful. And if I had any sappers on this mission, I would be building an acid grenade to give to that sapper, because these are incredibly strong. However, in a fire vulnerable mission, I don't really have much need to bring acid grenades on my normal soldiers. I hired Plague Vector last mission, and the reason I did that is because I thought I needed to send a rookie with Manic Tragedy on that covert op. But it turns out that that was a scientist slot, so we just have a rookie sitting around. And coming over to our covert ops that are left, you can see there's really not a good use for them. Looking at our remaining covert ops, we have Required Sergeant. This takes 2 soldiers and gives a relatively meaningless reward. We don't have that much money right now, so we're not really willing to send our soldiers out on this just to get them out of rookie rank. This requires a scientist, not happening. This is doable. Like, this is actually a real thing I consider doing, but I'm so low on soldiers and supplies that I'm not willing to take the risk for something like that. This is the mission I regret not doing the most. I could put, like, Bio Banshee on this and get them straight from Sergeant to Lieutenant, like the entire rank, by doing this. But I don't feel like I can afford to give up any soldiers right now. No matter how good it is, generally speaking, to do that, I just need the soldiers. I can't afford to have good soldiers being out for 8 days and then suffering fatigue because of this. This is a strategy layer benefit that is not worth it right now. So with all of that said, I think it's time to get into Operation Brother Summer. With our 4 flame units, we should be able to crush the Frost Legion here. Frost Legion Battalion's the sort of thing that is normally a tremendously hard thing, but I think thanks to Pioneers and Combat Engineers might actually result in a somewhat softer mission than usual. And it's really important that we win this. 101 intel is so valuable for us. That is enough to contact 2 regions from where we currently sit, and that's massive. We need that. So with all the catch-up done, let's get into the mission. This is one of the more awkward maps I've been in. We're spawned all the way in the corner, a good ways away from the objective. Now that's good because it means we're probably not going to have to deal with too many pods clustered on top of each other. However, ignore this guard pod. This is obviously not the whole thing. Mech Trooper Purifier, there's more somewhere else. If you look at our line to the objective, it is like just kind of a nightmare. We could theoretically push... No, it's still docks over here. We can never get around off the low ground. We're always pushing towards the high ground. That's always scary as hell. So what I want to do is slip around on the left side over here to get onto, or off of, rather, the docks. The issue with my plan to slip along the left is something called line of play. It's a straight line from your units to the objective the game is aware of. And what it does is it positions its starting units based on the spawn in the line of play, and then they'll patrol based on what the current line of play is. That will impact how they move. So when I slip this way over here, there's probably some random pods like here and here and here, and obviously the guard pod over here. Didn't mean to do that. And as I swing left, I'm swinging their patrol patterns all into the same corner of the map. So I'm probably clustering them by moving around, but at the same time I have lots of flamethrowers, so that's not necessarily bad. And pushing through this is still terrible. I could still end up fighting them all at once anyway. So I think we swing left. Gonna start by blue moving here, see if I get eyes on anything. Nothing. This blind corner is a little bit spooky. I'm gonna take a... I've got normal detection range here anyway. I think this will be safe. If it's not, then... That was terrible. What am I doing with my life? I guess my argument was, like, if there was somebody right here that saw them, they'd, like, deploy forward and we could fight them. But that's not true. I didn't realize how far away I was. I can't imagine thinking so hard about, like, obscure arcane game mechanics like the line of play, and then making that move. What is wrong with me? We're gonna sprint our Marine probably as far forward as they can go at the very end, because they just need to be running in a straight line here, because they probably are gonna fall behind and have to do that. Do I want to use a grapple hook to get further here? What kind of question is that? Of course I do. Blue move as far forward as I can, a grapple from there as far forward as I can. Let's see if this gets eyes. That's a pretty solid grapple, man. That goes a long way. Nothing. Let's move here. That way, if anything comes towards us, it might not immediately see the flank, and we can get an eye down this alley. Nothing. Code Rookie, be sprinting forward.
Let's do this.
Let's grab Mercury Hawk next, unless they're body blocked. They are not. Sprinting forward. I'm not too worried about getting the high ground now, because I think we'll be able to get up through this staircase. If not, we'll have to back off and waste a turn or two, which is unfortunate, but ultimately fine. I'm fine with having Fiber Giant there. Decoy Express is probably going to fall behind a little bit comparatively. Not a big deal, though. Arson Paragon piles in with the rest. And you're just doing your best. That cannon's heavy, man. Alright, do we get eyes? Does anyone come towards us? What's happening? And also, let's see what the leader of that pod is. The guard pod should shoot the objective, or not. That's cool, too. Just, like, hang out next to it. I want to move first over here. I feel confident that this move should be safe. I know that this move is safe, though. This one should be safe. This one is safe. That's a very meaningful difference. Okay, we have a Frost... Was that a Hardliner? Or a Hitman? I just saw an H leading the pod with a lot of health. But that clears us to run further forward, I believe. Not necessarily. It definitely clears us to go here unless somebody's on the roof. Let's see if I can't make a different move somewhere else and get more vision, and the answer is, like, just decidedly no. This is 100% not actually safe. Oh, I can move up top here and get a better view through the windows. If we trip over a pod that's just on this roof in the corner of the map, I'll be very upset. That actually lost us vision, which is interesting, although we can still see these two tiles specifically are being detected, maybe by the street light. Alright, let's get somebody else in a relevant position then. I'll have Code Rookie take over that position Careless Rambler was in to get us some eyes again. If we take Arson Paragon, they should have the most mobility of anyone. They can get to this full cover from the low ground and likely just like be 100% safe the entire trip due to peek from concealment. So.
Eyes on a hostile patrol.
Okay, Frost Legion Hitman, Frost Legion Captain, absolute shitload of troops. Imagine getting a flamethrower opening on this. Okay, we have 3 pods here, and we know the guard pod is here then, right? Okay, I can live with that. We just have to get everyone in position. Dread Mechanism, you actually benefit from concealment normally. I'm going to drop you here. Kangaroo Tycoon, you just need to be sprinting forward every single turn. This is the furthest you can get an end-to-end cover, which might be relevant now. Mercury Hawk, you want a good flamethrower position. Here you go. Fiber Giant, you just want to be as close as you possibly can. Welcome to Roof. Ah, shit, that wasn't safe. I think I have enough vision that I know it's safe now. Yeah, I could see that they were over here. Ooh, that sketched me out, but yeah, I'd seen enough of this pod that subconsciously I was like, Fire Giant can move now, but I just forgot about that. Oh, I wish my subconscious felt like communicating that information before it gave me a heart attack. Now I think we see how far forward this pod is. Let's do some clicking around real quick. What's a hardliner do? Frostmark, freezing micro missiles, Frost Legion shield, or sorry, Frost Legion leader with ice shield, tech vulnerability. Tech vulnerability. This, you're just a mech in disguise, aren't you? With Frostmark instead of suppress. Isn't that correct? That's what that is? Same health? Yeah, that it. Well, they have different names. This could do something else. That guy has frost micro missiles. This guy has freezing micro missiles. This might just freeze instead of inflicting better frost and damage. I'm hoping. I'm really hoping. Purifiers are spooky, but we know what they are. Same with the Lancers, same with Troopers, same with Mechs, same with Captains. Hitman. You have 3 armor pills, 4 to 5, freeze grenade, frostmark, face off. Absolutely terrifying. Wait. They didn't actually check this, but I saw on the right. Oh, shit. This is not return fire. This is Hitman return fire. They are like original rulers. If they see you take an offensive action, they shoot you with their 4 to 5 damage gun and 3 armor pierce. Well, I guess that's a priority target and a half. If I move further forward, it gives me more movement next turn, but potentially pins the unit. If I move here, it gives me less movement, but more freedom to move. Well, I'll be using that freedom of move to get closer so I can flamethrow them anyway. Let's not beat around the bush. Oh, holy shit. I just realized something incredible. I realized the reason that you actually might take stealth protocols. I'm gonna have to check it this turn. I'm assuming that Arson Paragon can't heal without breaking stealth. I don't know that's true. Hi there. I thought I knew that there were 4 pods on the map and that was everyone. I'm upset to find out that I was wrong. So, Viper Prince Chrome Dome. Notice he has kind of a lot of health. That's because he's a pseudo-ruler. There is a mod called Children of the King. It adds 4 new Viper King descendants to the game. Chrome Dome is one of them. They're all one-time enemies. They all can escape like the Vipers can, or like the rulers can, but they don't perform like rulers. They have 3-point turns like the Chosen, and they have no reactions or anything like that. So there's sort of a middle ground between the two. 84 health is a fucking shitload. That's because, like all of the other boss tier enemies, I've increased their health by 20% to make up for the fact that I have a much larger squad. And I shouldn't say boss tier enemies, that's slightly confusing. Specifically, these guys, the Viper King Children, the Chosen, and the Rulers. I had not buffed, like, all of the Sectopods and like that to stop by 20%. Not the actual things in the code called bosses, but the various enemies that are specific one-time enemies are all buffed by 20%. Anyway, Blast Padding, Soul Harvest, Molt, none of that's too bad. The HP regen can be scary. I'm hoping he doesn't get too many kill shots. He appears to just be a relatively normal Frost Viper that just has a whole lot of health. Now, real quick, can you heal without breaking concealment? Oh my god. I've been playing this wrong. I thought this broke concealment. If I were to come over to Blinding Protocol. Oh, a protocol? Combat Protocol. There should be an icon saying it breaks concealment. Why isn't there? Shoot. See, Shoot has it. I refuse to believe that Combat Protocol doesn't break concealment. I'm gonna save the game and see if this breaks concealment real quick. Just like, am I being lied to? Does this work? I feel like I'm gonna lose concealment, aren't I? And it just doesn't have the icon on protocols. Oh, holy shit. Okay, so what I was gonna say earlier is the reason to take the Stealth Protocol's ability is to heal your sparks before the fight starts. What I will instead say now is that ability is still useless, and I've been messing up by not healing my sparks at the start of the mission, because I just assumed I couldn't. I thought repairing them would be like loud and noisy and break concealment. Where the hell is Fiber Giant? He's up here. Now, we can let them get closer to us, and we kind of want that. And also, our Decoy Express is penned, and we have vision on a lot of pods right now. And they have mysteriously not been shooting the objective. I guess because they wanted to form up and do a 25-man army and push me. Which, like, hats off to you, AI. If I were controlling your units, that's what I would be doing. Now I'm thinking that we might not have a choice but to engage. One of these pods is probably patrolling into us. I can just roast 3 droids to open. How much do I see? 1, 2, 3, and I know it's gonna be 4, 5, 6. There's like 3 more dudes in this pod somewhere that I can't see. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's definitely missing a lot of dudes. I think the Viper King just has the 2 Princelings or the 2 Hatchlings with them. I think each of these pods was 6. So rather than counting, because I'm clearly not seeing them all, 18 plus 3 is 21. If I flame this, I have 18 active enemies. I would like less than that, to be honest. Code Rookie is way far back. We're not starting this turn. He is too far away. He's too important to be that far back. I think we're running forward as far as we can and overwatching on everyone, expecting that this goes poorly. Do I want to just tuck a defensive mine? It seems largely irrelevant. I'm going to take the few steps that I can here on Fiber Giant. Overwatch. You can't move, Overwatch. You've already taken your blue move. What's our Haywire chances looking like on these guys? Terrible. Even with a failsafe, it would be terrible. We also have Molotovs. We don't even need to use a flamethrower to wipe those guys out. But we can probably get a better win next turn, provided we get an engagement next turn and don't just, like, beef it and get caught. Which, I will be very honest, has a very high chance of happening. I figured he would just jump over the garbage bags, but I guess it doesn't make a whole lot of difference. I should have put him behind the low cover to give the better position to my Marine. I didn't want my Marine on the low ground, though, so I understand why I didn't. Alright, I've got to figure out what my Marine is doing. Because I can't get him to this high ground. If I put him here, he can blue move forward and probably see nothing. I mean, he'll see something. He'll have a way to contribute. I think like a huge AoE suppression on shit on the low ground's the way to go. And doing that, our best angle... probably here, right? I didn't realize this existed. It's probably the best spot he has. Take the Overwatch. Careless Rambler. Just come to the edge here. That seems like the just easy, obvious thing to do. Don't spread into me. Stack up harder. Stack up harder. Come on. I want to see the most disgusting fire attack of all time. That's kind of a lot of mobility. Are you fucking serious? What's your mobility? 14? This is not 14 mobility, dude. That's like a full dash into us. What are you talking about? They might still have to stack up pretty hard. There's a lot of people scattering from the same general area. They only get Overwatches. I can kill all their Overwatches by using defensive, whatever it's called, defensive matrix on Fiber Giant. Well, you didn't kill him, but you did break his covers. That's something.
Targeting sequence.
Dude, that is the most horseshit pull. I was afraid of somebody getting caught up here, like of this pod walking down and right. Chrome Dome pulling was not something I even registered as a possibility. I think he might be unique in that instead of blue moving, he just yellow moves all the time during patrol. Because there's no reason he should have moved that fast in a completely concealed environment. What's happening? Oh, this civilian is slowly but calmly walking away. Oh, hey, there is a pod back here. Good to know. Yeah, the captain pod must have pieced on at some point. I just didn't realize it. That Lancer better not be a part of the captain's pod. I swear to God. Really? Your entire pod was right there and you're like, ah, fuck it, let's pull. Okay, cool, let's see how many enemies are on the map. Active 23, huh? We have pulled all 23 enemies thanks to the most bullshit pull of all time. What do you mean he's not here? Excuse me, where's Croak? Oh, he's here now. Of course he is. Why wouldn't he be? Let's just take a quick look at our AoE suppression to be relevant. We can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units here. Unfortunately, I'm in nowhere near line of sight to my support. The first thing that's going to happen every time, we're going to overdrive on Fiber Giant. That just has to happen, and we're going to defensive field, disruption field, sorry, to break all of these overwatches. Now, let's see where this can get us. With a blue move, we can get to here. We need to pull overwatches down here, don't we? Probably. I think I start this by kinetic striking this Viper hatchling. I know it doesn't kill, but it's basically a blue move, and I don't have anything else to kinetic strike. Good try. Good try. Anyone else want to take their best shot? Alright, Viper hatchling down to 1, that's nice. Now, there's obviously good flamethrowers here. I can just, like, blue move out to here, take both of these guys down. But we have a Frost Trooper Overwatch here. If that's all there is, I don't care. And a Frost Purifier here. I'll pull that Frost Purifier, that's fine. Okay, if it's just a Frost Trooper, we don't need to move down here. We can take this position and kill the Lancers. I think this is the position to hit both of them. Surely this hits both of them.
Scanning approach vector.
Oh, I shouldn't have moved yet. How did that not pull from the Purifier? The reason I shouldn't have pulled was because I needed to be in repair distance, but we still are, which is great. Of course, this could all have been done beforehand, but I didn't know about that at the time. Now, that done, let's take our shot. Yeah, it's just barely, though. Like, I've got 1 tile of wiggle room, not even. The new flamethrower actually has range limits. It's fucking weird. I never imagined to be struggling to hit this. Right, they're both burning, so they can't melee anymore. But neither are dead this turn. They are both dead in 2 turns, though. So that's good, at least. Now, next up, Decoy Express. How are you feeling about killing people? I've got this Molotov, right? That just happens. I'm hard-pressed to explain why I wouldn't be taking this Molotov. Yeah, that's just what happens. So they're both burning. The droid is dead. Oh, fuck, the hardliner. He's in full cover. 21% still.
I'm alright.
Yeah, we should have went for the hardliner first there. Whoops. I'm probably moving back here into overwatching the Viper Prince, or suppressing rather, to make sure I don't get flanked by this Viper hatchling and to get shred down here. First part of this plan, we have to go out here, we have to torch him, right? Yep, good luck, Decoy Express! Man, imagine if we got like a remotely decent pull here. And instead we're using overdrives to get in position. This Frost Trooper is no threat. If he gets lucky, he'll mysteriously deal 4 and deal 1 damage. Now, ideally this just kills outright. But I mean, at the very least, we can light it on fire and turn off that insane reaction fire of his. Yeah, that'll work. That'll do nicely. Alright. With that Overwatch taken care of, we can drop back here. We should be safe from flanks, I think. And suppress Chrome Dome. This will start working on shredding his armor. We want Chrome Dome, please. And it also makes him a far lower threat by crippling his accuracy, drop down to 55. Can you kinetic strike from above them? No. I'm thinking I could just like Overwatch, overdrive, stand above him, but I actually don't even have line of sight somehow. This is a flank though. I can overdrive, walk here, and just shoot him repeatedly. Does my gun shred? It does not appear to. Am I sure about that? I feel like it does. There should be a shredder icon here, shouldn't there? Oh, no, here it is. It definitely shreds. It just doesn't have an icon down here. Okay, fair enough. Then I don't need to save and test. I can overdrive, kinetic strike. That kills the hardliner. Start working on the mech. We're definitely overstriking and killing the hardliner. That sounds way too good. Like, if we have kinetic strike kill on the hardliner, and did 2 more actions, that's definitely how we start this. If I go any further, it won't be a blue move, so I need to stop here. Yeah, 15% of the time, it just does nothing. And I think now he has full cover to us. Oh, he doesn't. Oh, he probably does, but... No, it's just aim and weapon range. I guess it is a flank. My Spark is getting a lean-out flank here. Interesting. I do kind of want to shoot this rocket. I'm going to take the shot instead. If I miss, I'll shoot the rock. Dread Mechanism, this is not a good first showing. You can't miss this. We could have dealt a lot more damage that turn than we did. Now, I have a Molotov here. Do I have good targets? They're too far apart to hit both of these. I did knock out the wall behind the hatchling, so I can just kill him if I have a line of sight. What Overwatch am I pulling here? Oh, the Frost Purifier hasn't shot somehow. I think I'm okay taking like a pistol Overwatch in the Purifier, right? I just blue move here to kill the Viper hatchling. That seems very reasonable to me. Let's do it. I know this is putting Careless Rambler further away from my Marine, but it happens. Oh, also, we weren't pulling that Overwatch, it was all a joke. I expected that to be 100%, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't realize that could be less than 100%. This gun has like an 8% accuracy built into it. So, yeah, gotta remind myself that field support's just terrible aim. Terrible aim. Alright, we still have both combat engineers. That's a lot of flamethrower left. Unfortunately, our ability to get that flamethrower into relevant positions is rather limited. And in fact, I think the best thing we're doing might just be shooting these purifiers. Move in here. It's a further forward position. Just gotta start with that. I don't think this does anything. Oh wait, you're reaction firing with your chem thrower? Gross. Hate it. Throw open the door, please. No, he's just in the open. We have a 70%. We can also flamethrow him. 3 to 6. He's Frost vulnerable. That should be a guaranteed kill then. Right?
This might burn a little.
Yep. Are you fucking kidding me? Sorry about that, Arson Paragon. Apparently his explosion is a radius of, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles. It happens. Yeah, this entire billboard's gone. Just like, if purifiers are near you, they can just kill your cover. I don't care like how near you they are, it's near enough. I can run forward to this full cover, and considering Arson Paragon's state, I think it's appropriate to do so. I'm gonna drop this on that Frost Lancer to make sure that they don't kill Arson Paragon. This isn't quite next to each other, so I can't do this, but I can still take a flamethrower. We get the one on the right, too. Just barely not, it's so close. Well, the one on the right, I feel, is the bigger threat, especially to Arson Paragon, who's actually the soldier at risk of dying, so we take this flamethrower. Surprised to see Arson Paragon's cover gone this turn, but I guess I'll live. They're immune to Frost, buddy. The sick anti-Frost season strategy of stand all 3 of your sparks next to each other and they'll all throw grenades. Joke's on you, chump. Yeah, I still have cover facing right. That's really good, at least. I still have 1/2 of my cover. Like, could you land your shot so I feel good about the armor on these soldiers instead of just feeling bad about my RNG? Thank you. Alright, we have a lot of people choosing voluntarily to go to the low ground. I always like saying that. Admittedly, they're much better against bullets than flamethrowers, so just putting distance between me and them is the right play. I'm hoping he rockets something like those 2 sparks instead of just taking the shots. She's alive! Chrome Dome might change that. Is that Decoy Express? 0% tanks suppression. Do you have a 3rd action? Do you have 1-action shots? Oh, fuck off. Easy game. Arson, you should be fucking dead. You don't deserve to be alive right now. Can someone just go, like, just as Arson real quick? I'm not super surprised by that, but I'm very upset about it. I think that door might have opened in the wrong order. Alright, this is all, like, scary, but compared to how bad it looked when we started last turn, I think we're doing okay. This is just a lot of health. Thankfully, we have a lot of flamethrowers, but still. Oh, hi, Frost Purifier. Congratulations, you made yourself a priority target. Oh, you've also stood an AoE with the other ones to use your melee attack. Even if you hit, I would have been happy that you did that. Again, shooting Decoy Express, this is the job of the Pioneer. This is thoroughly managed. The scary thing here is their sheer quantity of health, and as long as we can distract them with meat bags like our Pioneers, we're safe. Alright, now we don't have a medic on this mission. So Arson, I'm gonna need you to get your shit together. You're chilled. Yes, because the Frost Mech shot you. So I physically cannot move into vision of this Viper hatching unless I move to here and accept death. Dread Mechanism. Can I trust you? No, obviously not. I can drop here, which means there are no flanks available against Arson Paragon unless you're standing in line with her. And then just shoot the mech. We gotta deal with this Viper hatchling, man. It's a slight problem. And this Viper King. Like, there's just a lot of different issues happening here. The only way this Viper hashing gets dealt with is by this. I have to move here, and I have to combat protocol it. Otherwise, it is not ever letting go of Kangaroo Tycoon this turn. I hate this being the only play, but it has to be the play. You know, I'm assuming that he lets go on the first damage like normal Vipers and not like crazy Frost Legion Vipers. I'm glad that's the case. Now, there are ways to make her more safe. I can see the Viper King over here. That is incredibly good. Now, what are my odds against the Viper next to me? 54 because of weapon range penalties. I really wish that I could point blank with the shotgun as a blue move. So I'm just looking at this. If I leave this Viper hatching alive, it never kills anyone. So I think the play is to take my 54 here and then just suppress the King afterwards. Obviously, this isn't good. It is now that it hit. But it's the only way to try to keep Arson alive, which is my current goal. Arson's chilled, they physically can't run away fast enough. The rest of this play, by the way, in case you're wondering how this results in Arson Paragon being alive, is to move here. The only flank then is to stand in this line, and as long as we kill the Frost Mech, nobody will. So let's get to the part where we kill the Frost Mech. I think over here, Fire God's hands are a little bit full. He has a lot of murdering to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I think this is the tile. I've been trying to figure this out for a little while. This is the tile that Fiber Giant moves to and kills everyone from. Get out of my game. Don't stack against flamethrowers. God, that's satisfying. Now, next, we just move here and we flamethrower him, right? We could blast canister twice, but that's like literally the same thing, but worse. Like, I had rage bonuses up here. I have just far better odds of actually doing something. Maybe don't shoot Mercury Hulk, though. I could probably just angle that differently, right? Yeah. So we do this. Hopefully it kills the mech. Probably doesn't. But Mercury Hulk, at the very least, can finish it off. And here I've got Code Rookie. I've got another Combat Engineer. We don't have too much in the way of nearby units in need of management. Now, that said, I don't mind... Well, I do mind running 4-bit lights you on fire, so maybe not. I can move out here. What are my flanks? I've got a Frost Droid. I've got people able to move into flanks. That's not a safe position. If I'm falling back, I should be falling back on Code Rookie. Just because he's already further away. But he has a better shot here. Did I miss my suppression on Viper Prince? I could have sworn I hit that. I'm going crazy. So I can just, like, reload my gun and Molotov the mech to guarantee it. I think that's the play. Yeah, we reload on Mercury Hulk, we Molotov the mech to guarantee the kill. I guess I could roll for one, but it's still burning, yeah. Even though we min-rolled that, it's still burning, it's still dead. Dread Mechanism sprints here to cover Arson Paragon from all possible flanks. There is one flank remaining, but we're covering it right now. They could move to here to flank. However, they will not do that if that position itself is flanked. I hope. Although I can move here instead, toss a mine and next to them. I don't want to be here. I'd want to be somewhere else. I want to be like here. Toss the mine centered here. If they run around to try to get to this position, it'll blow up the cover. And then they'll just move again. That's actually much, much better. So I can drop this mine here and make this unusable cover for enemies. They do technically think they have a safe tile here right now, so I might want to clear that out. Oh, I see. You think that you're safe because you have cover. I have to use a Molotov. Nothing else is relevant. He's just not going to take damage because of the armor. I think it is Overwatch. Like, he tries to come around, he gets shot.
Overwatch.
Careless Rambler here makes this an unsafe tile. And we hollow target the king. Or the prince, rather. That's the sensible thing to do. Hollow targeting only lasts 1 round, so it's a little bit less sensible than I thought it was. Do I have a Molotov target in range? Well, I did, but I gave it to Code Rocky. Shit. Is there like a... Nah, there's a Frost Droid here, but it's too low. Doesn't go far enough. I think we're just overwatching. I think that's all we got. We can still hollow target it just to increase the odds on the Overwatch shots, even though it's only... Oh, it's for 2 turns! I thought it was for 1 turn! Does Careless Rambler have that upgrade already? That might be what it is. Brawl's mech burnt to death. Not too worried about that one. Precisely why. Not because he can't hit, but because he can't deal damage. Alright, there's still a Frost mech. That's some dangerous AoE that we've kind of stacked for. Fuck. Oh my god, he went for Decoy Express instead. I don't think he has line of sight for the grenades on Arson. And then we hung again. I don't know what's up with this map. We hang a lot. This Frost Droid should be fine. Yep, totally fine with that. Not a big deal. These are very basic Frost Troopers. I can imagine this being much scarier later in the game. But for now, it's just a lot of health to deal with, and as long as we have meat shields like our Pioneers up, we're safe. That Frost Trooper feels like he should be dead. I don't know what I did to him to get into 1 health and not burn to death. Alright, what's he doing? Oh shit, he can point and click bind to kill, but I was assuming he wouldn't do that. Did we just, like, do nothing? I guarantee you Kangaroo Tycoon has a threshold set on his suppression that he's... With 66, he's not taking the shots. At least I realized it now before the 3rd missed shot of this... God, I'm so dumb. I just always think it's set to 0. I just have to make a new rule for myself. At the start of every mission, set every suppression threshold to 0. Just check your Marines as soon as you spawn in. God, I'm so dumb. Okay, at least we figured it out and we got through it. It's very Michael Bay over here. Hey, Kangaroo Tycoon, man. Yeah, it's 0%? What do you mean it's 0%? How are you missing all your shots, man? Unfortunately, you're frozen, so you will not be reloading his gun for him, which means your turn is quite simple. You reload your gun and you maintain the suppression. Is there an AoE suppress here? No, it's way too narrow. Though we just normal suppress the Viper King. The Viper Prince, I'm never gonna fix that. Okay. Now, you are still chilled for 1 turn, right? Yeah. I think the safest thing to do is... Fuck me, I don't know. I do not know what the safest thing to do here is. The Viper Prince is still near with a 3-action turn. What does that mean? Is that disoriented? Hollow target, disoriented, suppressed. I don't know what the question marks above them mean. It might be a disoriented icon I've never noticed before. I've just always thought it was just this. I don't know what the little 3 red question marks are about. We have 9 active. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over here. Officer up here. I think there are like 2 more troopers here-ish. I could also just hunker, but we've demonstrated that no one wants to shoot at her from her current position. So I think we don't risk that. I think what we do is we fail-safe, and we haywire protocol something. God, the odds are just miserable, though. 52 for shutdown on that droid. It's better here? How is it better against you? Well, you've convinced me to give it a shot. Let's go for failsafe shutdown or failsafe control on the mech. Definitely shutdown. Control is so greedy. If I could just, like, not deal with that mech for a turn. I just spaced out for a second. I was waiting for the animation to stop, and the animation was done instantly. 75% to essentially kill this mech for a turn. I will gladly take that. And no penalty for failure. Ah! What was that about, game? We could have taken control of him. We should have believed. We shouldn't have believed. That would have been a terrible play. Now, the mech not being a problem for a turn is really important. It's the only thing with a grenade and range to kill arson. So removing that's very nice. Now, I'm at a 100% on the mech, so maybe I didn't need to do that at all. But I also have 87s here, and I shred the armor, and that just sounds pretty good. What is this dread mechanism? Are you defective in some way? Why are you out of actions? What was your first action? You don't have Marauder. What was I thinking? You aren't in overdrive. I guess I'm defective in some way too, so who am I to judge? I can move my Combat Engineer out to here. Set up to do relevant shit next turn, because I'm certainly not doing it this turn. Yeah, Molotov that droid. Seems good. Very satisfying. Have you taken your turn? No. I'm gonna be honest, I think move to here and then shield bash the Frost Trooper is the play. I like getting the loot, I like killing the Frost Trooper. Seems like the best way to do both. Advanced Suppressor, Advanced Focus. I don't really care too much about Focus, but it's still nice. I'll take 10% lower hit chance to preserve Kinetic Strike for more threatening targets. 1 in 3 times, my greed has been the source of my grief. If I drop here, this droid can flank. But counterpoint, like, can it really flank? And the answer is yes. Yes, it can. Please don't make the wound situation worse. The barracks is in distress. But also, I want to kill that trooper. The issue is that this one can also flank, and then we're looking at serious wounds. So I need to find somewhere else to be productive. I'm just 1 tile short, man. Fiber Giant, you're taking damage from this captain. Do you think you can kill him? If Kinetic Strike dealt 9, it would round up to 4. I could kill this trooper. And then next turn I could easily reposition and kill him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I know where every enemy on the map is. If I walk here, I should have a flamethrower that hits this guy, maybe. I'm just gonna shield bash down. I've been debating if I want to give up on going for the officer, and the answer is yes, I do. I want to focus over here instead. They should not be able to get in range to see any good targets this turn. He's untouchable.
Possible miscalculation.
No, I don't think we miscalculated anything. I think it's just horseshit. There's like literally no cover over here. It's a fucking wasteland. Do I accept the potential double flank? Where else can I go? What else can I do? Oh, I'm already flanked by the Viper King. I'm so glad I stopped and realized that, like, this guy still exists. Just because he's suppressed doesn't mean he can't hit you. If I had thought about it, I could have sprinted here first and been just so safe. Until they threw the Frost Grenade, right? Then I'd be a lot less safe. I think I want to drop in here, get closer to these Frost Droids to Flamethrower, and prevent the Viper Prince from running in here and thinking it's a safe place, because it's a very hard location to crack. And 1 second, my dog is requesting my attention. Alright, let's see what these aliens can get up to. Nothing. Even if they hit, max damage is 1. I think they're both taking enough damage that wounds now actually will wound them in the long run. No, Decoy hasn't, but Fiber Giant would definitely be hurt by a wound. Guys, come on. You idiot. That makes me so happy to watch. Alright, here's where the real shit's at. Finally landed in Overwatch. Not a good position. Are you AoEing or are you crossbowing? Oh, that's a gross hit. It's fine though, not a big deal. What's Brutal do? I honestly have no idea what that means. But it's not a big deal. It's only a 2 damage wound so far. Oh, it's a 3 damage wound now. If Dread Mechanism can heal you, I'd like to heal you before this wound gets worse. 4 damage. Ugh. Dread Mechanism. Can't heal without ending their turn, right? I mean, we're definitely reloading. Our shot here is only a 62. You're just flanked here. I know I have short-range penalties, but I'm taking that shot. I should have... We're okay, no punish. I should have tried to find a way to mark him first. And then we continued suppressing the Viper Prince. Let me tell you, Marines might be one of my favorite classes. If I'm down here, I won't be in range to reload, but I will be soon. Where do I grapple to right now? Inside the building. Over here. There we go. Yeah, I'm just grappling directly horizontally. Don't worry about it. Makes perfect sense in terms of physics. Am I in range to throw ammo to anyone I care about? I've already reloaded on the person I should be doing it to. But I can still reload Arson's gun for what's that's worth. And then continue moving. Now, this is a position, but it's not a flank. Moving back here is actually relatively safe and gets a shot. That's what I'm going for. I can also light him up. I'm not sure if that's, like, particularly good. Not while he still has armor. I'll just take my 76. I should have used the... It's fine, no punish. Absolutely maximum reward instead. I should have holo-targeted him. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run Fiber Giant back, and I'm going to roast this mech.
On the move.
That way he's in line of sight to Dread Mechanism. Yeah, if I'd done this better, I might have found a way to... I was never hitting this guy's in full cover. Okay, let's just do this, see what the damage is. How did you hit 5 when your damage is doubled? Is this guy not vulnerable to fire? He's just not resistant to it? I don't know. I don't know how he dealt 5. I'm very confused. Feeling a little bit robbed there. I can drop here, flamethrower. There's gotta be a better place to drop though. Here. That would be a better place. It's still flanked by the fucking Viper King. Maybe don't do that. If I'd moved forward a little bit further, I don't know if I could have. I could have taken cover behind him. I can take cover here. Where the hell are the officers right now? What are these people doing? I don't remember that part of the turn. I'm terrified now. I can always just, like, drop here and shoot him, right? But he's not shredded yet, so it doesn't feel great. I don't want to take a rocket that can hit you. First things first, let's finish off this turn. Please fix Fiber Giant. We cannot afford any more wounds on Fiber Giant. This guy is already in the hospital for quite a while. I have to flamethrow this guy, which I can do from my current position. I'm not thrilled about that play, especially knowing there are people over here with flanks soon. Yeah. No matter where I go, I will be flanked soon. I think the longest I can go without being flanked might be down here, but this is a, like, max range flamethrower if it even is one. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tiles. How long is this thing? 6 tiles on the diagonal. We would not have the range. It's only a 3 to 5, so I think I just begrudgingly accept a flank from the Viper Prince here. I've still got my blast padding and my armor. Code Rookie should be safe. I don't like the flank. I'm not a fan at all. I can't believe I almost get that droid in the back. Jesus. Maybe I would have had it from the other location. That was pretty long. Like, a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. I didn't even realize you were down here. He's burning. He's dead. Position around here. Kill the other one. I don't know, man. I think I'm moving here and shooting the Viper Prince. I know he's got armor, but he's already got access to plenty of flanks. I can also flamethrow him, but shooting feels like the right sort of thing to do here. Yeah, just crit him every single shot we take. That'll get some work done.
Target, minimal damage.
Oh yeah, we still have, like, moves left. Shit to do. Just going to move here and flamethrow this guy. Simple enough. You know, provided we actually hit, but we haven't been doing great statistically this mission. Thankfully, we stacked the flamethrowers in our deck hard enough to get through it. Now, we have full movement here. There's a real argument just like, where's the least accessible place on the map? There's a real argument to moving here. Like, breaking line of sight from everywhere. This is a little bit safer because it's full cover to everywhere, even though there might be line of sight to it. I can drop this grenade to shred some armor there, deal some damage. I legitimately think the play is this. This might be a little bit better, and where there's like somehow a flank to it, this is just safe. Get out.
Rolling out.
Arson Paragon, now that you can move, fucking book it. I want you alive. Alright, something happens. Oh, the mech fell over, that's what it was. Excuse me, sir, could you not? Also, that crit for 2 was kind of sad. Alright, Chrome Drone, what do you have for me? You've embarrassed my Marine? Fair. I see you're back to this spot. And overwatching because your aim is so bad here. Oh, thank God, they're going... He's not at high enough health to... Wait, no, he got done to like 4 earlier. He got done to like 4 earlier, so we're okay. Did we just crash? So, I'm gonna be playing this turn a little bit differently. Nothing I do better will compare to getting crits on every hit I fucked up and shouldn't have taken the first time. But I do think, like, I legitimately don't remember the exact ways I moved all of these soldiers, and there are clearly different things I should have been doing. So considering the game's making me reload, I'm gonna go ahead and not, like, hassle myself to watch the footage back and see what I should be doing. I'm just gonna do what's intuitively right now. This is definitely a worse position for Code Rookie in terms of, like, being vulnerable to this shit, but it's a better position in terms of being vulnerable to Chrome Dome. I'm not actually sure I'm making the right call here. But this isn't really friendly fire, because my damage is not going to affect Fiber Giant. He's immune. Unlike this other mech, which is made of ice. Terrible decision by the builders of that machine. I think I want to move forward and flamethrow the last guy, but I also don't want to give a new flank here. And looking at what I've done, I've abandoned this territory so that they can take it. By moving here, I prevent them from taking any position up here, but then I'm vulnerable to a million fucking flank shots, which is why I'm not there anymore. Decoy Express isn't in a position to fix it, he has to be dealing with this. And Papillon and Mercury Hawk, I really don't see a way to put them in a safe position. If I put them here, the Viper can move all the way to here. If I put them here, they're vulnerable to flanks from above. If I put them here, they can still take this position. If I move here, they can take this position, but there's always a flank they can move to. That's not really worth thinking about. I'm gonna take this flank, even though it's probably not technically speaking safe. As a full HP combat engineer, I believe in Mercury Hulk. Ah, suck it up. You'll be fine. Although it would have been better if they shot at the machine and not you. Damn shame. Yeah, this is roughly what we were worried about them doing, although that's not the position I thought they'd be in. I'm glad they missed, because I can only heal 2 sparks at a time right now. I have no idea what Brutal does. I need to check that. I keep seeing that pop up, and I don't know what it means. Glad we healed him last turn. That man would have dropped to 0 by now if I hadn't been pumping heals into him. Okay, we made it through the turn. We're doing okay. Your gun is empty, so to shoot it, you have to reload. There's no way you're hitting both of them. Kinetic Strike isn't a kill. Overdrive is off. The one above you is in half cover. He's the only one you stand a chance of killing, but your flamethrower says no. It also says no to full cover. I can Kinetic Strike from here to try to blow out his cover so someone else kills him. Also, this doesn't deal 5. Why does this deal 5? Oh, he only has 6 health. Why did I think Kinetic Strike doesn't kill? It obviously does. I mean, it could have killed, but these new sparks are heinously defective. Okay. That Overwatch needs to be pulled before I can do anything else. Is Overdrive back here? No, of course not. I think I actually just want to repair Fiber Giant again. Fiber Giant has his decoy field back. If he runs forward to here, he can flamethrow. Do we have eyes with Shredder? Like, we need to shred the armor on this thing. We do. You can see it, right? Yeah. So we need that grenade. We have to run the Overwatch first, which means we're in a disruption field here. This droid I would like to be dead. We can manage that. We have a flamethrower here, don't we? No, we do not. Still, though, we can just walk up here and flamethrower this. It's not bad. It makes him a target for literally everyone, which is what I want.
Scanning approach vector.
Come on, hurry it up. You don't stand a chance. Like, literally do not stand a chance. Disruption field, guaranteed miss. Before I forget again, what the hell is brutal? I don't know. Nothing on this references the word brutal at all. If anyone in the comments knows, please tell me, because I'm deeply confused. Anyway, that makes this safe to run forward here and use this grenade. For a given definition of safe, I'm so far from all the enemies except for the Viper that I think we're okay, and I'm expecting them to leave after the amount of damage they're about to take. Because we finally have the unmitigated ability to just shoot this person over and over and over again. Unfortunately here, I have to choose between shooting them or healing a Fiber Giant, and it's not much of a decision for me. Fiber Giant needs to be alive. There's probably something I could have done as a blue move, but oh well, here we are. Now here I can take a shot. Now that he's not leaning out, I don't see him anymore. If I move further down, I can get a shot. It's not necessarily bad. There's no relevant target for me to suppress. This seems like the right thing to do is just to move away and take the shot then. I don't want to shoot, actually. I want to suppress. That's fine. I'm going to move to here.
Over there.
I'm going to go to Careless Rambler and reload his gun. And now that his gun is reloaded, what do? We suppress on Kangaroo Tycoon.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, this does mean that we're not shredding the armor ahead of time. What was our shot going to be? 82? It'll be a little bit worse here, but we just need to make him less threatening, drop that accuracy. Careless Rambler gets a blue move now. Going to move them... I can't quite get to, like, a great spot. Here, I guess. I'm hoping that's in range to reload the gun on my Spark. If this can reload Fiber Giant, it's really, really good. I was just assuming I could. And I can't. I've got Mercury Hawk, Arson, and Kangaroo again. In that case, the best thing I can do is holo target this. Now, Code Rookie would like to leave. He should not be here. He can kind of be here, but he shouldn't. I think the smart thing to do is just go here. Chill prevents me from doing anything much better than that. And then I can just chuck a rocket here and hope it works out somehow. 3 tiles still pretty much hits it every time, and there's nothing else relevant I'm doing. So sure. Yeah, that gets it down to 1 shot for somebody else, like my other combat engineer. My other combat engineer actually can get into a position to help. So maybe not. Oh, Fiber Giant still has 2 moves left. I've been thinking he only had 1. It turned out to not matter. Yeah, light him up. Now, I definitely could walk up here, get in cover, and shoot Chrome Dome. It's not the worst thing in the world. But I could walk over here and shoot this guy instead, and doing so very likely results in less wounds because Code Rookie doesn't get hit. And right now, I feel like this is the most likely way to minimize the amount of damage we're taking. And besides, this was the plan originally anyway. I don't like the Frost Droid screams like humans. This 4 HP healing per turn is a bit of a hassle. That shooting at Decoy Express, don't care at all. Decoy Express is still, I think, 2 health from being wounded. 3 health from being wounded. 2 gets them back to where they started. So they're fine. They can take as many shots as they want. My Marine is just, like, so unimaginably important to this team. Could you please shoot the other one instead? Okay, we're fine. Every time he shoots at that, I just get nervous, because I know I can't heal 3 sparks at once, and I haven't done that project yet to get there. Alright, you are frost marking Fiber Giants? I'm fine with that. I would have laughed if I was immune to accept the name Frost. Wouldn't make any sense, but I would still be very happy about it. Alright, I think we have some Frost Reapers stacked up for a flamethrower there. Looking good.
Spark unit.
At least they're as accurate against decoy as decoy is against them. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's everyone. We have overdrives back. We have overdrives, we have kinetic strikes, we have a lot going for us. I move here, I kinetic strike to blow out the wall, and then I flamethrow both of them. This combat engineer is so far out of the way, they're just gonna be sprinting back to get involved. Which means that to find out where they're sprinting to, I need to deal with this first. There's actually, like, not a great place for this flamethrower to be. I think it's here. I think this hits them both. I could also, like, overdrive to do this, but it doesn't seem worthwhile. These enemies are pretty low priority. Can I just, like, run back here instead? That's probably better, right? Yeah. I'm just gonna leave those three and make sure that I don't leave humans vulnerable to them. We're starting this with overdrive. We're going to kinetic strike to here. Then we're probably going to shield bash around and flamethrow both of them. 91% is a good start. Oh my god, somebody... Alright, they almost landed their kinetic strike. We shield bash around. Immune to what? I'm not entirely sure what I was immune to there. Regardless, though, I take the flamethrower. Guys, what are my odds this mission? I've tried very hard to stack the deck in my favor, but you guys have to do your part. I'm gonna kinetic strike a second time. Oh, kinetic strike's on cooldown. Well, I guess I'm just running in with shield bash then. But, yeah, that's just embarrassing, guys. What are you up to? I actually can't even get it from a good location. Because he'll have cover from me. I have to just blue move in. Which is fine. Like, it doesn't really matter, but gross. Excuse me? I overdrove. I had reflex and 2 actions. And I overdrove for a 4th. What do you mean you are out of actions? I'm sorry, I'm letting the autosave on that one. That is... I don't know why overdrive is so broken. Okay, so let's get this started. You have 3 actions. You can have blue move to here. We're gonna do it one by one so the game can't get confused and lose count like last time. Alright, you still have tremendously limited movement for some reason. Why is this the limit to your blue move? But it doesn't matter. I don't know why you're going so much less distance. You are still in range to overdrive. Like, regardless of how much your movement seems to have dropped off after that first one, you can overdrive. Blue move here. Like, there's just not an issue. I don't know what happened. And then take the shot. Like, good God, guys. Get it together. And I know I didn't do it in the same order as last time, but I'm just frustrated by the bug. In that case, we're just gonna, like, overdrive, run up with kinetic strike, and then incinerate incinerates. And at this point, we're just focus firing Chrome Dome. I doubt we're killing them, but it'd be nice if we did. He's confused, he's on fire, he's taking a lot more damage this time around than the last time. Jesus Christ, he's taking a lot of damage this time. Fiber Giant, you wanna chill, man? Good lord. There's no great position I can get to here, but I can just, like, run forward into range. He still has a bit of cover left. If somebody has a grenade, I guess I have a grenade here. Can't really get to a place that feels safe to throw it, though, right? All those guys on the right could come in. Oh, wait, they're all on the right. Well, that actually doesn't solve the problem. I believe the play is overdrive, kinetic strike, shoot. So let's go see how that turns out. The overdrive animation just takes so long. The reason I'm going here, I was trying to find a way to destroy the cover. And since I haven't found one yet, I'm hoping the kinetic strike just blows the cover out to give shots to other people. It did not. Damn shame. You don't have a line of sight to him. Are you positive about that? Okay. Hey, Careless Rambler, I don't care how much danger it puts you in anymore. Run for it. I have to imagine the grenade has enough range. Yeah. If you could just clear out everything over here so that no one thinks the walls exist, that would be great. Okay. Do you believe you can see him now? You don't! Well, that's just fascinating. Oh, you're out of actions. It's the same bug we just had. It's not that he doesn't see him, he doesn't have actions. Despite this being a yellow move kinetic strike we originally had, the overdrive just vanished. I shouldn't have this suppression, but I'll take it and call it justice. I have no idea what is wrong with overdrive. I have no idea if it's a base game bug that's just a lot more prevalent with sparks that have far more different things they can do, or if it's just like something hideously wrong with Spark Arsenal. I've got no idea. Not Spark Arsenal, Laser Sparks. If anyone ever makes a mod to fix the bugs with overdrive, I'm gonna love that person. This is just like a glaring issue with the game when you use sparks more. Here I can run forward, take a shot. I'm reasonably confident that Arson Paragon is just safe. I've changed my mind on that statement immediately. Run for it. Break line of sight. Cease and desist. What was I thinking? Fuck reasonably confident. Let's go beyond a shadow of a doubt. That sounds much better. Kangaroo Tycoon just needs to move into a relevant position. There's really nothing I can do that puts Code Rookie in a relevant position. He can't help. So the best thing he can do is hunker down to avoid any chance at a wound. And again, not really able to get into a relevant position. Best thing I can do is to move closer to the ladder to help next turn if they don't leave this turn and hunker down. I imagine they're leaving. I imagine they're fucking done. Those Frost guys are a little bit confused. They thought they were fighting for their lives and then Decoy Express just left. Yeah, he's leaving. That's the gate.
That thing's trying to make a break for it.
Wait, is its turn not... Did it leave? Is it still here? Because we're probably... I don't know if we can deal 37 in one turn, but we might be killing it if it doesn't get to leave the turn it summons the gate. I thought it would just, like, clearly summon the gate and then walk into the gate. It has 3 actions, but if it's taking a full 3 actions to summon the gate, we get to kill it. Oh my lord. What an unexpected outcome. I can live with this, though.
In progress.
Waste him. I don't know that we'll kill him, but we will make him regret sticking around, that is for sure.
Moving.
Run forward to minimize or maximize the damage, minimize the distance. I guess I should be kinetic striking instead. Slightly lower odds to hit, much better odds of damage though. I think our average result's much better. Dodge is unfortunate. Did I use your overdrive? I did. Reload your gun and shoot him. If I used, like, specific mission thumbnails, this awful situation would be the thumbnail for this video. Just my 3 sparks ganging up on Chrome Dome and bullying the shit out of him. Alright, can I get forward enough to justify point blank? Probably not, so I don't want to get closer. I can't get to the skylight for a flank from there. Not that there is apparently any angle from the skylight. All the platforms in the middle appear to be messing that up. I can get here, though, which does give me the high ground shot I was looking for in Arson Paragon, while simultaneously breaking line of sight to pretty much the whole map. Take your 90, get your vengeance. Did she even get hit by Chrome Dome? Is that how she was wounded? I've forgotten. There's just been a lot of technical troubles on this mission, and it's starting to mess with my head. I think I just run forward and shoot here. I don't think there's anything more to think about. He should still be holo-targeted from like a turn ago, right? Oh, he's not. Well, it's fine. If I've learned anything this mission, it's as long as you don't holo-target, you'll roll higher damage every time. Oh, you're being overwatched? Does your buddy have kinetic plating left? He does. Check out this move. I'm gonna run all the way to here and then all the way over here.
Say so.
Oh no, they have seen me. They are shooting Mercury Hawk. Oh no, Mercury Hawk has been shot. It would be a shame if they still had actions left. Thanks, Blue Moon Bug. Kangaroo, I think you're just here to shoot. Although you don't actually have great shots, but you have a shot, that's all that matters. End it, please. I won't Chrome Dome dead first mission, that would be incredible. Alright, I was expecting him to get away with like 40 health, but I'm cool with killing him in this mission. Now honestly, I don't actually need to move on this character. Boy, the Overwatch was completely unnecessary since we already had the kill, but I didn't know that at the time. Honestly, they have 0% on this guy. Just reload and hunker down. I probably could have smoked. I guess there's no, like, reason to smoke instead. Oh, what are you gonna do about it? Shoot Fiber Giant? Idiot. Like, this mission was a nightmare at first, but for the past turn or two, we've just been bullying 3 troopers in Chrome Dome. I was not expecting Chrome Dome to go down in one mission. The fact that Date apparently ends their turn when they cast it makes them far more killable than I imagined they would be. Hey, do you have your rocket left by any chance? You do. Neat coincidence. We need a rocket right now. I guess need's the wrong word. We would quite like a rocket right about now. Is there a flamethrower that hits them both? 1, 2, 3. This is the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This looks wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's right. I'm gonna trust my counting. If I'm wrong, I can just send Decoy Express. I am 1 off. I was right. I knew it looked wrong for this guy. Let me count that. Actually, if you like count the tiles towards him, it's only 5 tiles away. I kind of feel like I should buff this a little bit. I don't know how. I think it needs to be proportionally wider, because I feel very frequently like I don't even feel like I have a flamethrower. I feel like I just have like a weird triangle that's not very efficient. Which really goes to show like how knife edge balancing units is, I guess. I went from like comically OP to comically OP to comically OP to this maybe needs a buff. No matter what the numbers were, it just felt way too strong until it didn't feel strong enough. Anyway, kill one of them, I guess. This other Frost Trooper is probably living his final moments in abject terror. I guess I'd rather not run that Overwatch if I don't have to. So, like, run around. That should be fine. I have a reflex action. If it's not, it's funny. It's not a problem. Apparently it wasn't fine. I don't need experience on my Sparks, honestly. Like, thinking about it, experience on Sparks is completely unnecessary. They're going to level up the fastest of any unit anyway. I don't think I can get up there, but I can get up here. So I'll get up here. Give the experience to Careless Rambler. I should give it to somebody that has proportionally less value from assist. Code Rookie can't move without pulling an Overwatch. Arson Paragon's going to be very behind in experience, and I would like it if they... I have to move them. Mercury Hawk can be shot from here. Actually, they're so far back on the edge, I bet they can't. Yeah, Mercury Hawk should be safe. And besides, I'm not going to die even if I'm wrong. Getting the experience on Arson Paragon is nice. Arson Paragon is also a kill assist to 4. I should have given that to... There is literally not a good target left. Kangaroo. If Kangaroo could have managed it, I should have put it on him. I'm just going to reload Overwatch here. Going to pop out the building and Overwatch here.
Moving to Overwatch.
And I'm going to Overwatch here. And Code Rookie is going to continue hunkering down while this droid slowly flanks him. You want to Overwatch again? Look at him go. Anyway, I'm sorry to announce that the time for your Overwatching has come to an end, buddy. Would you like to shoot at Fiber Giant real quick? I don't know where I should be moving him. It doesn't really matter. Because he's not the one that's doing the killing this time, for once.
Hostile weapons fire.
And now we can move other people into range, take our shots, finish them off. Do I have a flamethrower on you? That would make this a lot easier. Of course not. I'm gonna be honest. There's only one play that minimizes the chance of taking a wound to 0%. It's running these guys forward and just breaking line of sight with everyone else. Like, even Dread Mechanism can take a wound, so let's just not. Just everyone completely break away, pretend it's not happening, leave. Just stop being around here. There's no reason for anyone else to risk anything. We can just let the Pioneers handle it and have a 0% chance of wounds.
Ready to rock.
What's he gonna do? What do you have? Absolutely nothing. He didn't even bother overwatching. He knows that death has come for him. Fiber Giant's just too intimidating to bother overwatching against. He knows it wouldn't do anything.
Status confirmed.
He could crit for 5 and it wouldn't even wound him at this point because I'm already over my wound threshold of 4 that I got earlier. That... I got zoned out, and that's why I panicked and pulled everyone back on that last turn. I realized I was zoning out because I'd gotten through the hard part of the mission, and I was starting to do stupid things that resulted in risking my soldiers, and ever since I could play that guaranteed no further wounds. Let's check out the mission debriefing. Code Rookie honestly doing a lot less than you would expect him to on a Frost mission, but still doing well. Like, those are not bad numbers. These are bad accuracy numbers, but if it weren't for those, Mercury Hawk would have done very well. They only did good as it is. Unfortunately, just being able to tank every shot thrown at you and reposition for AoE double damage results in you being really high on the damage charts. That shot accuracy might be uncharacteristically high, my other sparks will make up for it though. Decoy Express, it doesn't show their kinetic strikes. Yeah, it's trying to pretend that he didn't miss that kinetic strike. Decoy Express also did quite well, like nowhere near as well as Fiber Giant, but still quite well. Arson Paragon is alive. That's all I care about. Also, those numbers aren't bad. That's comparable to what one of my combat engineers did. Dread Mechanism, what happened? We need to take this one back to the shop. We need to ask Shin what the hell they were doing. All of this robot is wrong. Please fix it. Most hated unit Chrome Dome is very fair. It spent like 2 turns just being shelter against Chrome Dome to keep Arson alive. Kangaroo Tycoon doing pretty well. This doesn't tell the whole story. I think they were below average on their shots, like their accuracy should have been higher than this. 2 damage, or 2 kills rather, and 31 damage are actually good numbers, but on top of that, they are the reason Chrome Dome didn't do more. Chrome Dome was like legitimately very threatening, but crippling their mobility and accuracy every turn mitigated them so much. Hey Careless Rambler, I noticed you have a uniquely less flattering picture than everyone else. Good accuracy, but I mean, still not doing much. He did spend more of the mission frozen than everyone else and spent a good portion of his time reloading other people's guns, so it happens, but it's this situation I'm in every time I look at a field support. I think they did great, we get to the page, they're clearly the lowest numbers on the team, and I don't really know if what they did is worth what they literally did. Like, I don't know if all the intangible, hard to quantify support stuff they're doing is worth more than just the difference between them and another soldier. It feels like it is at the time. When you grapple across the map, reload a gun, and blue move, you're like 2.5 moves from where you started and you still have a shot. That soldier feels like they're doing a lot. But I don't know what they actually are, because then I look at that screen every time and I'm like, wow. Hopefully those bullets in the gun did a lot of work, because this character didn't. That mission could have went better, it also could have went a lot worse. That opening pool was very nasty, and 1 major wound from it is not a big deal. The wounds on our sparks are unfortunate. Fiber Giant going back into the repair bay for even longer now, but we'll live. 30 days on Arson Paragon, 4 days and 6 days like barely matter. 6 days on the spark was actually, I think, the amount of wound that he already was. But Mercury Hawk's wound basically doesn't exist. Unlike Arson Paragon. Arson Paragon is gone for an entire supply drop and then some. But we have some alloys, an Illyrium core, a data cache, supplies, advanced suppressor, agility doesn't really matter, advanced focus. We have Chrome Dome's corpse nice to see. Bit of intel, bit of cryolite, some trooper corpses, viper corpses. Sentinel frame is okay. This is not for any soldier, it's specifically for the Pioneer gun. I don't think that we really got anything there. Something I should mention, and now that I hadn't thought about until looking at all of that, I was really interested in how much Illyrium we got. 101 intel is a huge, huge boon to us. That matters so much. Depressed Draugr. Oh, this is giving it for the first time when he showed up. He started with Overseer, and Plague Vector started with Fear of Mechs. Let's see if we can't figure out what those do.
Something we could never have prepared.
So Plague Vector's Fear of Mechs is self-explanatory, but Depressed Draugr, Overseer. Oh, that's really interesting. This unit best works overseeing others, entering Overwatch automatically when any teammate takes an Overwatch shot. That's really good on a skirmisher. However, it could be a bad thing. It could result in you wasting bullets you need next turn. And more importantly, if I remember correctly, Depressed Draugr didn't get Shredder. None of my skirmishers so far have had Shredder, and none of them are slated for A-Team. It's really sad. I'm gonna have to make do. I'm just not getting a Shredder Skirmisher this time. Now, the reason I was talking about Elerium a second ago is I was actually looking at making my psionics area here. As you can see, we're on Trooper Autopsy now. We're going towards magnetic weapons. I forgot to mention that at the beginning. And I was considering making psionics here, because I can afford the power. I can staff the new engineer here, make psionics here. When this finishes, I can make the infirmary. It all fits together. I don't need the workshop gremlins here. I have a use for them. However, I literally do not have enough Elerium to do that. However, with this new intel, I can seriously consider buying that Elerium. However, it raises the question, what's the next upgrade here? Because we're like one. We have one person left. It needs 25 Elerium crystals. That's brutal. We might have to buy the Elerium just for this upgrade instead, then. Let's go ahead and hand out those promotions, though. Let's just do that now, before I forget about it. Fiber Giant, making it even higher in the ranks. He's Cavalier. Once again, even with their tremendously lower assist numbers, Fiber Giant, the Sparks in general, leveling up much, much faster than the other soldiers. You just can't fix it. They go on too many missions. However, they're doing it a lot less this time on account of actually getting wounds. So, Lightning Strike is really nice. Action economy is great. Roaring Flames is also not bad. 20% crit chance on reaction fire, not bad. Smells like Team Spirit, not really our thing. But minor kinetic plating is like just the absolute bee's knees best ability by a mile. It's not even close. How many shots in a given mission are thrown at my Pioneers and then do very little or nothing or miss? And then every miss becomes 2 HP. They get so much more durable with this perk. Code Rookie, getting a promotion, reaching Sergeant, taking Demolition, like every single Sapper and Combat Engineer do at Sergeant. Don't even talk to me about the fact that I haven't used Demolition a single time. Also, that's it for that mission. Only those two got promotions. How close are we on the other ones? Close on Dread Mechanism and on Pioneer, not even close. You know, Dread Mechanism, if you landed your shots, you might have gotten the upgrade. Like, you missed a 95 and 85, and I want to say, like, another 85? Just gross. Absolutely terrible performance from Dread Mechanism. I normally don't bother checking their lifetime stats, but let's go check real quick. 71.2 unlucky percent, expected accuracy score minus 261. I don't know what normal numbers look like there, but that's not it. That's not what it should look like. Best hit streak 1, worst miss streak 3. Okay, let's go look at somebody who's like feeling like a good soldier. Let's go find... I've been consistently impressed by Solar Madness. Well, shit, what do I know? Apparently he's terrible, and it's just in the recent missions he's been doing really well. Minus 744 on Magpie? I mean, this is telling me all my soldiers have missed, like, so many shots. I kind of feel like that's not true. Everyone's at huge, ridiculous negative lifetime numbers. Everyone. So I'm just assuming that stat is calculated wrong. I'm gonna look at the lucky percent instead. And that makes sense for Eclipse Crash. I remember talking about her when she was killing all those Lost. So let's go look at the lucky percent only for the Infiltrator and ignore that other number. 71.2 unlucky percent. Yeah, that's substantially... Eclipse Crash impressed me. And she has a 20% lucky. This guy has 71.2 unlucky. He is 3.5 times worse than Eclipse Crash was good. You need to go back to the drawing board, man. You were not built right. He's built different, but like, not in a good way. Not in anything resembling a good way. Now, I do have to consider what my plans are here. I don't want that at all, I know that part. I think I just need to immediately make contact with the next place. Is this 80 or 160? It's 160. I think we're doing well enough on the strategy layer that we can own supplies as well. That we can probably afford to make the radio relay here. And we need that to preserve this intel, make it last longer. We can make contact here. We could do that faster. And doing it faster is worth something, but I want to be moving towards Templar HQ. Where the hell are the Reapers? Wait, where's Reaper HQ? Oh, it's up here. It's in the opposite direction. Gross. And to get to Reapers, we have to go this way, probably. There might be, like, a crazy route that goes around the world that gets there in the same speed, but that seems unlikely.
Avenger.
I guess I'm going that way. I was trying to scroll around. I think we want to go to the black market and buy the Illyrium. I think that's actually very important. We need Illyrium a lot for upcoming things.
Market is open.
They want Advent Trooper Corpses basic reflex sights. Apparently I have 3 basic reflex sights, but I actually like those. You can have the Trooper Corpses, though. I can sell them Prodom's Corpse for 27 bucks. It's not the worst trade. I'll give them this attachment, I don't need that. That's all for now. I'm mostly here to buy for once. 19 Illyrium crystals. That is enough to start Psi or to upgrade my troop quarters, but not enough to do both. At 45 intel, I will not have enough money. Just barely, I'm 1 intel short. I can get that at Reaper HQ. I can go to Reaper HQ to get the 1 intel required, because this is 19, which gets me... I'm assuming the price here is consistent, that it's always 45 intel for Illyrium crystals. But if that's the case, then it's 90 for 2 sets of Illyrium. I need 2 sets. And then 80 to contact a region, that's 170. I'm 1 intel short. I can get that from Reaper HQ. That will get me enough Illyrium to start psionics. That will also get me enough Illyrium to upgrade my troop roster. I need to do both. It's non-negotiable. We're doing it. Now that I've done that, we need to immediately do whatever it is I did it for.
To coordinate their operations, Commander.
We don't need more crew urgently. We can start Psi now.
Sounds like a great candidate for our next construction effort.
Insufficient power, I knew that. Alexandro, I need you to stop excavating that. Your new job is to man this power relay until further notice. Wait, no, I'm setting myself up for a trap. If I do this, then I cannot... I'm going to use 7 power. I'm going to be short. I'm not going to be able to start the infirmary, start Psi, and upgrade my troop quarters all at once. Power is just rough with Living Space. Like, the alleged statement for Living Space's intent is to make it so hiring rookies isn't just clearly the right thing to do. But the effect it has is primarily, for me, just, like, devastating my plans on the strategy layer. Just, like, I feel so hampered by it. I think we just don't get any more soldiers for a little while. We need to wait how long to increase our troop roster. That's really important. Too long, no matter how long it is. I think we just go back to digging. I don't think we can start Psi right now. We just use the Illyrium we got. We don't buy a second batch. And that Illyrium gets us the troop roster upgrade. I don't like it, but that's the play. So Psi rushing really isn't worthwhile simply because I don't have the ability to build a Psi lab this early, apparently. I'm going to take this upgrade now, even though it's like fucking brutally expensive. Because we're going to need it very, very soon. I don't want to use the resources devoted to that accidentally. And we finished making contact here, that's the rest of it. Let me make sure I assigned that engineer, I did. So let's go make contact in West Africa.
Never have come here if they wanted peace.
We have a new spark in 6 hours, always happy to hear it. Let's go assign a new project. With this many sparks, it makes a lot of sense to... We cannot currently expand our spark bay. I'm not sure what you do to expand it now that I'm here. I can just make another one, fuck it. Like, that's always an option. And it's not a clearly wrong option, I'm going to be honest with you. Let me go to research. Is it going to be like under the armor upgrade? Is it going to be plated armor gets this? Oh, there we go. Advent mech breakdown. Expand the repair base. That's got to be done sooner rather than later. I'm very busy right now, though, with mag weapons. Like, and after mag weapons, Gauss weapons. I want to sit on my corpses. I don't want to sell mechs. I don't want to sell stun lancers. I need to get those 2 autopsies to instant to save myself some time. But it's good to know what I need to be doing.
The resistance, but it's...
Oh, I didn't actually assign a new project. I should do that. But I came here to check Covert Ops, because now that I know what I'm doing, I might be willing to send out some soldiers. Nothing here is particularly important. If I go to loadout for a mission, imagine sending Fiber Giant on a fucking Infiltration. I have a lot of soldiers right now, and I'm willing to hire more rookies. At the start of the month, I'm going to immediately pick up the supply drop. I could hire 2 rookies and send them on this. Or hire a rookie. I've already got Plague Vector. I can send Plague Vector and a higher ranking soldier. Got several sergeants lying around. Many of them are at very low experience numbers relative to where they need to be. Let me go look at them and see what class gets the biggest benefit out of being a lieutenant. I already know it's an assault. I want lightning reflexes very badly, and I'm willing to give up soldiers for it. Tricky Omega is my only sergeant assault available. They are incredibly far from lieutenants. We're sending them. As for their company, it's already set in stone as Plague Vector. Let's give them their disguises and send them off. They're going to be going for 9 days, unfortunately, but the promotion on Omega is actually worth it. That's like 2 or 3 missions. It gets me a soldier with lightning reflexes. I feel like I'm out of the fatigue spiral and I'm safe to do it. Recon off-site facility right now is giving mobility, but I can't do that. So let's finish making contact. I'm glad that stopped me immediately. I forgot to assign a new research project in the engineering bay. Alright, that done. That unlocks battle scanners. You inspired them. I didn't mean to say that unlocks battle scanners, just reading the words in front of me. That unlocks mag weapons, and they inspired them. Tigan, you are a hero.
As soon as we have something of note.
Now, going back to the Proving Grounds, which is currently manned and doing nothing, we have the grenade. Now, counterpoint, incendiary grenades open up some really strong counterplay with sappers. Everyone, really, they're just upgraded Molotovs when you get right down to it. But specifically sappers. Against Frost Legion. Like, there is merit to bringing incendiary grenades on your sappers over acid grenades just because you're probably going to see at least 1 pod of Frost Legion. And I know I'll get that if I do this. I don't really need another Spark right now. I don't want experimental heavy weapons at all. I'm so far off of being able to do that. Heavy cannon shells is actually really good. I think I take heavy cannon shells. Yes, I take heavy cannon shells, and maybe arm transformation afterwards, I don't know. But I definitely take this. This is very, very important for the last type of Spark, which I forgot to promote. So let's go say hi to our 4th Spark. Macro Machine, welcome to the team. You are going to be our Artillery Spark. Our Artillery Spark. Our Artillery Spark. I can't say it. Our Artillery just hurts my mouth. Now, most of the time when I talk about a class, the first thing I do is I go to their tree, but I think it's important that we start on this page for the Artillery Spark. They have 4 grenades. That's kind of a lot. They are sappers. Let's not pretend they aren't, and the ordnance launcher makes them genuinely just a sapper in that regard. However, what they do when they're not launching grenades is very different. They have the Archangel Cannon. You might notice that 8 to 10 is a very, very large number. It has squad sight. The weird thing about this is it ignores cover. Instead, you get a 25 to 50% damage penalty instead of a penalty that hits. So if they're in the open, this just murders them. If they're behind cover, this still hits them, but it's not going to murder them as hard. This thing has 1 bullet, though, and it takes 2 actions to fire. That incredibly bad action economy is the counterbalance. But as you well know if you're watching my series, alpha striking is really important, and there are ways to get around bad action economy with good synergy, namely the field support or a couple of different abilities in the tree. And we won't talk about the tree too much. They have the same basic systems, they have the same bug out, they have bomb belts right now, and they have a 25% reduction to chance to dodge, and direct attacks that miss have a 33% chance to graze instead, which is just incredible. Their trees are Overwatch, which I will not be too interested in, to be perfectly honest. However, explosive action is in the Overwatch tree. A heavy cannon tree with the most important perk of all, Death from Above, which helps them to actually get their economy back. They can shoot, kill, and take the reload. Overdrive Serial is absolutely insane. It seems more broken than it is at first, but it's still very good. Overdrive Serial, when you shoot somebody that kills them, you reload your gun, get both actions back. However, because you're in overdrive, every shot you take lowers your aim by 10%. It eventually runs out. You're not going to just kill everything on the map like this might sound like it does initially. And offensive ordnance, they're insane, with volatile mix and heat grenades at the start, and then it's several, like, less crazy perks, followed by biggest booms. And support ordnance, they also have some pretty strong abilities. I think the most important one might be concussion grenades, simply because it gives them the ability to disorient with their mini grenades, as well as minefield and defensive mines, giving them more options, salvo letting them shoot 2 grenades or a grenade and move. There's a lot of very different perks. In terms of the way I view this perk tree, it's a lot like how I would view a combat support, or sorry, a combat engineer, because you tend to pick abilities that give you the most options. This terrible action economy on this gun means you really just want to give yourself the most possible methods of finding a good turn. Because it's very easy if you play badly and build badly with artillery sparks to find them in a position where they simply cannot contribute. Now, with all of that done, what are we doing? We're making contact for 7 hours, and then we're going to be doing covert ops and realizing how not okay we really are. That's not a lot of monthly income, man.
Over the past month,
Covert actions completed 10. Guerrilla ops completed 7. No wonder I felt devastated by the fatigue spiral. That is so many missions. I'm actually kind of impressed with that. Usually I'm like, oh yeah, that's reasonable, or that's lower than I thought it was. I've never looked at this number and been surprised at how much it was before. That is insane. I did 7 missions and 10 covert ops. That's ridiculous. Yeah, you can summon savage allies. No one cares. What are you up to? My bad income's getting worse. We have greater will loss in combat, which would be bad. Less income at all supply drops, which would be bad, and something hidden, which would be bad. Once again, we're going to be on the struggle bus trying to stop all 3. Supply drop for 124. We're going for that immediately because we're pretty much out of money.
Plotting new course.
However, I shouldn't have clicked that. I should have immediately went to covert ops instead, because there's stuff to do. Modular chem throwers doesn't interest me at all. There's no bonuses that could be on these that make me prioritize them earlier. Recover useful items. I think I could still use more medkits and flashbangs very easily. This is not super important though. Gain ability points is. Like, I need more ability points, simple as. And it has hacking. Please tell me War Eater just like came back on deck an hour ago and I didn't know about it. Holy shit, they did! That's incredible. That's so good. Oh, I'm sorry, we need to buy a rookie for this mission. Let's look at the rest, figure out how many more rookies we're gonna need before I go back. Scanning sights doesn't interest me, the dodge is nice. Aim does interest me, I won't Marionette Owl on this mission. And corpses are money, this is not nothing. Don't really care. Don't really care. And we want to do this right at the end of the month, as always. So it's really just recover alien corpses with Marionette Owl if they're available. Oh, Marionette Owl is currently infiltrating. They're not going to be back for a while. Something I've been thinking about is it might be right to stack aim on my A-team support, which is currently Den Mother. Because their aim is so bad, and they actually want to shoot their guns fairly often. Like, not every turn, but like every other turn or every third turn, they tend to have a really solid flank available, and I take the flank, I'm like, oh god, it's only an 85, I thought this was guaranteed. So if I can't actually get Marionette Owl reasonably onto this mission, I think I just send Den Mother on it immediately, and they need 2 rookies for this to negate a capture chance. So let's go hire our best 3 rookies and send 2 of our real soldiers out on missions. Now, looking at these folks, we have wills of 37, 37, 35, 36, 38, 37. We're taking the 41 on Cryolite Commando. Our next best one is 38. We can choose between Small Potatoes, Daring Magpie, and I'm taking Small Potatoes. I'm out of money. Shit. Well, we'll send out one of these missions now, and we'll send out the next one shortly. Go to Covert Ops. Gain ability points, send out War Eater with one of our rookies. It's going to be Cryolite Commando, he's the only one we currently have. You look absolutely ridiculous. Put on some normal civilian clothes, they're gonna notice you. I said normal civilian clothes. Fine, you can keep the mask, I guess. I'm not spending intel to negate wound chances, that's just ridiculous. God, they're gone for so long. You gotta stack hacking, man. It's like, you'll be on the A team eventually, just not for a while. We need to scan for this money until it ticks over. First tick should be enough, I think. Yep, it is. That lets us hire this rookie immediately and immediately send the mission. It's small potatoes. Actually, don't we need 2 rookies for this? We do. We can't send the mission yet then. We're going to keep on supply dropping. And the second one is good enough. And we have a new assault mission. First, let's recruit our newest guy, Crumbling Pantheon, looking amazing with 50 will. Humble Dictator with 45 will be our next recruit. Come on, I need to know what they look like. Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't they look like that? Okay, let's set up this last covert op, and then go do an ambush. So on this mission, we're going to be stacking some aim on our field support. I just so often find them in great positions to take flanks, but with terrible odds of landing it, that I'm willing to stack some aim on the A-team field support. Crumbling Pantheon, small potatoes, you look incredible, but I'm going to need you to put on some normal civilian clothes for this. And yeah, like, of course this is their definition of normal civilian clothes. Alright, I think that's everything we need to do. Does this take way longer because of the third guy? Oh, it does. Gross. Still, though, I'm not taking a trivial soldier capture chance against my A-team soldiers. I gotta do it. That is a lot of different things it can give. Good luck, team.
We will begin the covert action immediately.
And now it's time to see we're at 23 ready on our first assault of the month. 21 intel, delay Advent rural checkpoints, and we just have to do it. Oh, hey, the Hive. Advent has unleashed new chrysalids. While Advent seems to have them in check, they could revert to their predatory nature at any time. I'll just take that to mean there's a lot of them. Are we at Force Level 6 or 7? Force Level 6 still, good. I'm a little bit spooked by Force Level 7. I know there's gonna be a lot of things popping in there that are pretty scary. I'm trying to decide what sort of team we want. I guess I should start with the Sparks, right? Because, like, not bringing them is a mistake. This is their point. They go on assault missions. And by having gotten all of these, I should be able to go on these assault missions. However, that is somewhat contingent on some... Do I want to bring 4 Sparks? Is that unreasonable? It's probably unreasonable, right? But I mean... I can. The real question is who else is coming on the mission. We definitely need a tech specialist, and we don't have one. We've got a squatty tech specialist all the way down here. Alright, cool. Change of plans. What are our tanks looking like? Decoy Express, you're coming. Fiber Giant, you aren't. Makes me feel bad to put Fiber Giant on the bench, but we can't repair both of them. Now, with a tank Spark, I don't feel like we necessarily need a medic. Total Halibut's one of our few soldiers close to upgrading. Same for Careless Rambler, Gentle Blade. So I'm going to take all 3 of those soldiers. And looking at this, we've made a really aggressive team so far. If we throw in a Marine, we have a really solid long range. If we throw in a Marksman, we have incredible long range. So we can throw in Pure Mischief, or Blast Dynamo, and Erratic Aardvark. Sure. I think this might be Aardvark's first real mission. Alright, this is the best I feel like I can do. I have a gas grenade on our artillery spark on Macro Machine. Standard equipment on the other 2 sparks. Coming to our 5 biological soldiers, we're bringing all the mag weapons and upgraded guns that we can. This is an assault mission, we pull out all the stops. There's not any concern about running out of equipment for the other teams like you have with an Infiltration. We have all 3 kinds of sparks: a Templar, Combat Engineer, Field Support, Marine, and a Marksman. I think this is like, if I had to name a team, maybe one of the most balanced offensive teams possible. I think if you cut the Templar for an assault, this might be the most balanced offensive team possible in terms of like long range support, medium range, and close range all existing simultaneously. We're a bit tilted towards close range with the Templar, and we don't have a lot of longevity because there's no medic. But this is a pretty good, pretty well-rounded team for super aggression, which tends to be my playstyle. In terms of what they're up against, it's a difficult mission, recover item, nothing too hard there. The Hive could be terrifying. The Hive units, like many of the other modded enemies we've seen, do not mess around. They can be very scary, but right now I think we're just up against drones and rippers and we're gonna be okay. For now though, I'm done. I've been rather incoherent. I hope you're enjoying the series. Sorry about not having footage of last episode. Hope you enjoyed this one instead, and I'll see you in the next one.